The iPhone 17e, the value iPhone. In fact, for the price, it's got more bang for your budget than last year's model. But is it $600 worth of value? What's up, s'mores? I'm Shannon Morse. Welcome back to my channel where we dive into tech that is smart, secure, and stylish. And today we are checking out the brand new iPhone 17e. Now, Apple is pitching this as the value iPhone in the lineup, and the specs do make it look pretty impressive. I took this phone with me to Japan for a 19-day trip to really test it out and about. Even though I am not an iPhone girly, I am an Android nerd at heart, my opinion might be kind of surprising. Now, it packs in a surprising amount of the same tech that you get in the regular iPhone 17, so I was pretty surprised by that. But did Apple cut any corners to get this thing to that cheaper price point? They did, and I will also go over those. Now, the iPhone 17e starts at $599, which immediately makes it one of the most affordable ways to get into Apple's latest generation of hardware. Storage starts at 256 gigs, which is honestly a big upgrade compared to the older entry-level iPhones that used to start at tiny storage tiers. If you do want more space, the 512 gig model runs $799. So we're talking $200 more for 256 gigs extra of data. Oof, that's a lot. To be fair though, some flagship phones are creeping past $1,200 these days. I'm looking at you, Sammy, so there are way more expensive phones on the market. Now, starting with the design, the iPhone 17e features an aluminum frame and Apple's Ceramic Shield 2 on the front. Apple does claim this new version is 3 times more scratch resistant than the previous generation. Now, I obviously did not take a knife to my purchased iPhone 17e because I like my gadgets intact, but it does feel extremely solid and premium. And I did throw this thing in my travel bag for my journey of 19 days, almost 3 weeks, and it came back with 0 scratches. I've been looking at this thing really close and there are no scratches to be seen on this entire phone. I've been very, very impressed with the durability. Now, to compare this to the Pixel 10a, which I also have here, this one got a ton of scratches all over the display, even though this is supposed to be a more scratch-resistant screen on this Google Pixel 10a. And I was carrying both of these side by side in soft pockets in my bag. Now, obviously, if you prefer one operating system over the other, then this comparison is not going to matter to you, but these were the ones that I have been testing over the course of the last month, so these are the two that I've been thinking about the most lately, and they're in the same, very similar price points. So that's definitely something to consider when it comes to durability. This one is definitely not as durable as the iPhone 17e. Now, this also uses USB-C, which means that it does play nicely with a ton of accessories and cables. And yes, the 17e also supports MagSafe, which is very exciting. That means that magnetic chargers, battery packs, stands, wallets, the whole ecosystem is going to work with the MagSafe magnet on the back. It charges pretty quickly with wireless too. It charges up to 15 watts wirelessly, which is double what the older budget iPhone supported. Color-wise, you get a few different options. There's this soft pink, which is the one that I bought. It's really, really pretty. There's white or black. The soft pink is honestly super cute. It feels very apple-coated with this pastel aesthetic, and it was perfect. I took this thing to Japan during sakura season, and it looks so beautiful against all the sakura trees. It was really pretty, so perfect for the season. Now, if you want to see more really in-depth reviews, subscribing is the best way to make sure that those videos keep on popping up in your feed. YouTube does need you to tell them what you want to see, or it will just throw some pretty random videos in your face. Also, a really big Patreon shout out to my newest s'mores. You can join them and support my channel by going over to patreon.com/ShannonMorse for perks like early video access, and I have a private Discord. Supporters keep videos like this one coming sponsor-free, so thank you so much to my Patreon for helping me continue making videos like this one. Now, as usual, all the videos on my channel are free to watch, and I thank my YouTube members and my patrons for making that possible. Okay, here we have the display. Up front, you get this 6.1-inch Super Retina XDR display. This is the same size as the base iPhone models, and it still looks fantastic. Colors pop, text is really sharp. Apple added a 7-layer anti-reflective coating to reduce reduce glare outdoors. It's also really, really noticeable how anti-glaring this is, anti-reflective, whenever I'm using this in my studio, because I have my big studio lights in here, and you can kind of see them if I shift it around, but that anti-reflective coating is awesome. I love it. So if you're taking this outside, you're having a picnic, a hanami, if you will, under the sakura, or taking photos or just reading messages in bright sunlight, and it stays very, very nice and visible. It can hit a reported 1200 nits peak brightness. Now, side by side, the Pixel 10a actually had a much brighter display at 3000 nits peak, so big difference there. But inside this iPhone 17e is the A19 chip, which is the same generation powering the rest of the iPhone 17 lineup. It's not the Pro chipset that you get in the iPhone 17 Pro Max, for example, so there is a difference there, but you still get fast performance, you get smooth UI processing, some great mobile gaming, 4K video processing looks awesome, and Apple Intelligence features, which is Apple's version of AI. Now, apps launch instantly, multitasking is very buttery, it's really smooth, and it should stay fast for years of updates. Playing Genshin Impact was really smooth, and the phone does not overheat during gameplay sessions. Apple also paired the chip with the new C1X modem, which is apparently up to 2 times faster than the modem used in the 16e, so connectivity, streaming, downloads should all feel really snappy. Now, here are my benchmarks on the screen so you can check these out and make comparisons depending on which phones you've been considering. The phone really only got warm when I was running those benchmarks. I did not notice any major heat dissipation or issues during daily use. Now, some of the AI and also some of the Apple features that you're going to get in this phone, that includes call screening, so your phone answers unknown callers and asks who they are before your phone even rings. This is very similar to the same technology used in Pixels and now Samsung devices too. Live translations for text, FaceTime captions, and calls. There's also visual intelligence, so you can search or interact with content on your screen. And they have this new thing called Genmoji, which is Genmoji creation directly from the keyboard. It's kind of cute. And if you're a liquid glass hater, I know a lot of people are, Apple's new liquid glass interface design does give the UI a transparent layered look that adapts to your content. A lot of folks do not like liquid glass, and they say that it creates readability issues and clutter for some users and setups. You can disable it with an update, so if you haven't updated your iPhone or if you're considering this one, make sure it's fully updated because they do have a disabling feature now in the settings. So you can disable it if you don't like that liquid glass visual feel. Now on the back, you get a 48 megapixel fusion camera. That's it. Just one single, lone, sad, lonely camera lens on the back. You can shoot high resolution photos though, 2 times telephoto zoom with optical quality. It does go up to 10 times zoom if you want to do that too. 4K Dolby Vision video at 60 FPS. Even portrait mode also got a really cool upgrade. You can now take a normal photo, front or back camera, and you can turn it into a portrait later by adding background blur after the shot. You can even change the focus point if your subject moves around, which is going to be super helpful if you are photographing pets or kids, or basically anything that refuses to sit still. There is also a night mode, a distraction removal with cleanup, and improved low light photography. Now, I am generally quite happy with the performance from the front and the back cameras. It's a bummer that there's only one single camera on the back, but it does work really hard to make it worth the money. My low light photography is clear with very little noise. Meanwhile, photos taken in daylight are sharp and clear with great detail. Lovely HDR against the sky, nothing looks overexposed, nothing is super heavily saturated, it looks pretty natural. Pictures do come out a little bit cooler than what they look like in person, but not by much. And again, that zoom only goes up to 10 times zoom. It's not the worst potato I've seen, but it's still a potato. Now, I took a few selfies in my studio with good lighting. We do have accurate color tones and skin tone here. Very happy with the selfies. That's the sweet earth, round, bittersweet spring breeze all together. Aw, Jen. Can we stay here? battery life is surprisingly strong here. Apple rates the phone for up to 26 hours of video playback, which is solid for a device this size. Now, while they do not disclose the actual battery size, my experience was also pretty great. I went from 100% battery at 10 a.m. to 5% at 8 p.m. during a video streaming battery drain test, where I'm streaming 4K 60p video the entire time off of YouTube. I'm using wireless data, so it took over 10 hours for it to finally die, and that's pretty great for a relatively inexpensive phone in that mid-range. Charging supports up to USB-C fast charging. You do get 50% battery in about 30 minutes with a 20-watt charger. Again, MagSafe wireless charging is included too. The iPhone 17 also includes a bunch of safety and connectivity features that we've seen lately from Apple. They've been pushing a lot of these and marketing them. That of course includes 5G connectivity. No issues with call quality here. I even used it in Japan and I had no issues with call quality. Wi-Fi support, eSIM only activation, crash detection, and some really interesting satellite features like emergency SOS via satellite, messages via satellite, and roadside assistance via satellite. So basically, if you're off the grid, you got no signal, the phone can still help you get assistance. Have y'all seen that movie called Fall? Because those girls would not be stuck way up on top of an old radio tower eating birds and throwing phones to the ground if they had emergency SOS via satellite. It's like brand new, but that movie did not age very well. But yeah, it's only eSIM, which is one of the reasons why I don't use Apple phones as my day-to-day phone. If you don't switch phones all the time, having an eSIM is going to be fine. But if you are like me and you switch phones quite often because you're reviewing them, or maybe you get a lot of upgrades through your carrier, whatever it might be, you might prefer physical SIMs. And there are Android phones on the market that do still require physical SIMs, and I love that. Please don't take them away, Samsung. Now, security-wise, Apple keeps things really simple. You get Face ID. Everything is still backed by Apple's on-device encryption and privacy protections. So here are the big pros after using the iPhone 17e for almost a full month. Excellent performance with the A19 chip. I was really happy with it. MagSafe support is included, which is awesome. I love seeing that in a mid-range phone. Very cool. 256 gigs of starting storage. It's great to have that upgrade. Very strong camera for the price. Even though there's just one in there, it's pretty good. And a very long battery life. But there are a few things to keep in mind. Again, only that one rear camera. That's probably my biggest con as well. It works great, but there's only one in there, so you're very limited. No ProMotion or high refresh display. You are stuck with kind of a slower display rate. And Apple Intelligence. Look, we're not big on AI here on this channel, but Apple Intelligence is included in this phone. Overall though, the iPhone 17e is a great value phone. You get flagship level performance, you get a great camera, even though it's just one rear lens, strong battery life, MagSafe support, ton of safety features. $600. I think that's kind of a sweet spot. If you're upgrading from an iPhone like 12, 13, or even a 14, this could be a really compelling option if you want to save some money. So let me know down in the comments if you are considering one. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe for more tech reviews, and I will see you s'mores in the next one. Bye y'all.